welcome into another video sharing 5 styling tips for girls. I have made a video kind of similar to this in the past, doing 5 shopping tips for shopaholics, but I wanted to make one specifically for girls, not just on shopping but also styling as well, because I know that when it comes to buying clothes, especially with fast fashion nowadays, you don't want to just keep spending and spending because we don't all have that much money. Instead, what you want to do is find existing pieces in your wardrobe that you love and then add the fast fashion to that. So over time, adding in pieces that are in trends, but instead of trying to fit your style to meet the trend, you want the trend to meet your style. Create your own unique image, your own unique style, and then add more modern pieces to that as they come and go. But that way, you're not just buying up everything that you see, but you're really thinking about what your style is. And some trends you're going to end up kind of following a little bit, whereas others you're just going to ignore completely because they don't fit your unique style. And I think this is a much better mindset than just trying to fit your image to what's trending at the moment. First up, number 5 is combining patterns. I've seen this so much on television especially, and I just don't think it's the best idea. It does work sometimes, but other times it doesn't, and you have to be very careful with that. So my best advice I can give you for that is to try not to mix patterns. For example, with this top, maybe like some blue jeans or a blue skirt can look really nice because you're just adding in the blue. But if you do want to actually combine patterns, again, that still stands. You want to find blue to match with blue. If you are doing stripes or squares or anything else like that, and you want to mix it with like a flower pattern or something like that, then you do want it to be the same color. Otherwise, you're just better off having one solid color on the bottom. That way it can just mix a little bit better. Number 4, hats. Hats are a really great accessory, especially because you can style them up in different ways. If you're a super sporty person, then you can wear a cap with your workout gear, which can look really good. Or you can just wear a nice bucket hat or other floopy hats if you're going to the beach with a dress or a skirt or with togs. It can look really, really good. It also keeps the sun out of your eyes. So it does 2 things at the same time, which I think make it perfect as a nice styling tool. Another really great option would be a scarf, whether you wear it in the summertime as more of a bandana or just a lightweight scarf around your neck, or in the winter time with coats and jumpers. They can look super nice. For example, if you have a black jumper, wearing a stripy white and black scarf can look really nice. Number 3, makeup and jewelry. Specifically jewelry. I think jewelry looks really nice. Now if you are more of like a tomboy kind of sporty girl, you may not want to wear a bunch of jewelry, so even just wearing a watch with a nice like little simple bracelet can look really good, or just a little kind of necklace, something that's not this long but just kind of sits around this sort of area can look really nice. Just under t-shirts or over t-shirts can be a really good style. And then obviously you've got earrings as well, whether you wear just little studs or danglies like these. It just kind of adds something extra to your outfit, whether you are kind of having that more sporty look or going for something a little bit more feminine. Obviously it does change depending on whether you wear long necklaces or long earrings compared to just like little short necklaces that sort of sit around here, or little studs that go in your ears. And then obviously with makeup is not for everyone, but just adding a little bit of eyeshadow or lipstick, or even just covering up those zits. You just want to make it so that it's not taking over, but just adding something a little bit extra, like finding a color that kind of matches with what you're wearing can look really nice, especially if you're going with the lipstick and eyeshadow route. I think this can be really good. Now me, I don't wear a ton of makeup. I don't often wear eyeshadow, and when I do, I only put a little bit on, and same with my lipstick. I just keep it pretty basic, just kind of covering up my face a little bit. I feel like that is how you should do it, because if you try it too much, then it can just go overboard a little bit. But again, it depends on your personal style. There's nothing wrong with mascara or blush if that's something you like to wear. Number 2, shop the sales, more specifically the 2-for-1 deals. This can be kind of tricky, but hear me out. When it comes to fast fashion especially, there are so many pieces that people just want to get, but the reality is you're not really going to wear these pieces. Number 1, because they're just going to go out of style the next day, and number 2, because they're not really your unique personal style. So what you want to do is try and add in your unique style to this fast fashion, not the other way around. You want to take pieces that you love and combine them with new pieces. So the best advice I can give you is look at your wardrobe, look at the pieces that you love, and then add in new pieces over time. Like this, for example, this is something that a few years ago I would never wear because it's quite cropped. But finding pieces that already exist in your wardrobe that can go with it work really well. For example, skirts, high-waisted pants, all of that stuff. Find what's comfortable for you, especially if you are going to change up your style. But that is our next tip. So for this one, just remember when it comes to sales and shopping, something we all love to do, that you need to make sure you are buying things that you are going to wear, not things that are just going to sit in your closet and you're going to be feeling like, oh no, this is a waste, why did I buy this in a few years' time? So what you want to do to make sure that that doesn't happen is find pieces that you love and that you know you're going to wear for a long time. I have so many pairs of t-shirts that I just love so much that I just keep buying the same style over and over again because I know I've got pieces in my wardrobe that I can add to these other pieces and create something that I know I'm going to wear all the time, whether that's just a simple jeans and t-shirt or a dress or skirt that has like a nice jumper that goes with it. Find pieces in your wardrobe that you love and that you know you're going to wear, whether that is in summer or winter or a combination of both. Finding pieces that you know you can change or alter depending on the season or depending on the style. But you really do need that foundation in your wardrobe first, the pieces that you wear as a staple 24/7, and then add in those newer pieces later on, just combining them with your existing style. That way you're not changing your style to fit the trends, but rather the trends are fitting your style. Number 1, buying new pieces, changing up your style. This can be really difficult for some people because you have that set style that you love to wear 24/7. It is your staple, it is your go-to, and that's totally okay. I have so many pieces in my wardrobe that are just like that, pieces that I wear all the time, and then I have new pieces like this that over time I have added to my wardrobe to change up my style slightly depending on my mood and the different events that I'm going to. So when it comes to this, you want to start with your basic foundation that I already talked about, and then over time slowly add to it. For me, my biggest fear was cropped things. Things that were cropped kind of made me uncomfortable. I wanted to wear them. I would see so many other people wearing them and I just couldn't bring myself to buy anything cropped because I wasn't totally comfortable with my body, showing skin, all of that stuff. So I found that when I mixed those things with high-waisted jeans or skirts, it really helped with my confidence. So what you want to do with that is, like me, either buy things that are going to go with your high-waisted stuff, or, you know, over time gradually work yourself up to it. For example, I started with things that were only slightly cropped. I've made a few different videos on it, but over time that kind of just grew and grew as I became more confident, and I changed up my body a little bit because I started doing my intermittent fasting and I lost a bit of weight, and that helped with my confidence as well. So anything that you can do to just kind of help with your confidence, it's going to take a while. You need to be comfortable with your body, which is something that we all struggle with. So just building up that confidence, but it doesn't just have to be things that are cropped. It can be anything that you find a little bit different or out there. You have to find something that you would love to wear but you're afraid to wear, and that is what happened with me. That is what I'm talking about, adding those pieces to your wardrobe that a few years ago you wanted but you just didn't think that you'd be able to pull it off, or you weren't sure if it would look good on you. But just slowly over time adding those pieces to your wardrobe, seeing what works, what doesn't, what you feel comfortable in. When it comes to things like that, you just want to start out slow. Like I said, I started with things that were more like singlets that were slightly cropped, and then over time I bought things that were a bit more cropped but they were still like singlets or t-shirts, and then I worked my way up to having the bandeau, which I only just bought this year. So I had only just bought it a few years ago. I think I started maybe 2 years ago. Over time, slowly started getting a bit more confident and just adding things that were even more cropped until I got to the point where I was wearing a bandeau. So it just depends on you, your personal style, especially if you're like me who doesn't have a ton of money. You just want to start out really small with 1 or 2 things that you love that are a little bit different from what you normally wear, and then slowly introduce more and more pieces as you go on until you get comfortable wearing them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this video helpful and enjoyed it. If you did, then don't forget to share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to smash it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss any new videos, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!